You can actually, if you want to, like when you render the video, like in the editing, you can render the front view first and then do it again and render the back view. And then you can put the two together so like you can see both ways, even though it's one camera, you get to see two different directions. It's kind of cool. Hey guys, M13 here. This is for YouTube, not Patreon. I always try to specify at the beginning of my videos where it's going. If you are a Patreon follower, you should check out my last couple of videos on Patreon. They were better than normal. Yeah. Nowadays, I upload to YouTube a serious riding video like this, like once a month, and then I do other little short videos here and there. And Patreon, I try to do a riding video every week. Yeah. Patreon, it's different. It's people that, because on Patreon you can give as little as $1 per month, so it's like $1 a month, and then you get so those people are people that care that much, and then the people who don't follow me on Patreon, they care less than $1 a month, but they still care. They're subscribed, they watch, they view. So and that's why I still make videos for YouTube, obviously. But nonetheless, if you like my videos, it'd be cool if you check me out on Patreon. This video is, I don't have a topic. I probably should, but it's more about this road. This right now is one of my favorite roads in Taiwan. A lot of photographers. What are they photoing? Is there a bird? I don't see a bird. Is it just these trees? The leaves? I don't get it. That's the third group of photographers I've seen taking pictures of trees. Is there something else that I'm missing? No? Yeah, it's funny because just yesterday we were doing the Taroko Gorge, and the Taroko Gorge is Taiwan's #1 most famous road, arguably Taiwan's #1 most beautiful road. But for me, right now, I prefer this road that we're doing over it, even though it's not spectacular. But what it is three is an tongue twister. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck could chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Once again, for those that don't speak English, a bit slower. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? The answer is a woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Once again, quickly. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck could chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Anyways, I'm just showing off how fast I can do tongue twisters. I also read really fast too. I do that in school a lot. Like I'll be reading English for the Asian students to learn, and I'll be, okay guys, put your finger under the word, follow along, and then I'll speed read, and the whole class just laughs and looks at me. They can't even follow with their hand, let alone repeat back what I said. Now I'm just bragging. I'm just bragging how I bully little kids with my superior English. So the reason I love this road is because it's curvy as heck, but it's not overly curvy. It's not like racetrack curvy, but it's a constant, you're not going to get bored curvy, and it's empty. You will never see another car. You will never see another car on this road. See, it never fails. Anytime I'm talking about how empty and desolate a road is and how you don't see other cars on it, there's always a car that will come into the video right at that second. But we will not see another car for the next 5 minutes straight. Now, there's little towns, there's houses, there's farms, but it is so empty, and it just feels so safe, I guess. And you give constant little, I like the little, like if this was just, yeah, so, yeah, because that's what, it's just suburbs, countryside. So it's just this tiny, this is one of Taiwan's premier bicycling roads because of the lack of traffic, and it's just agricultural. Luckily, you don't ever, even though it's a farming road, you don't ever get tractors on it or anything like that, because that'd be dangerous, flying around a corner and then there's a tractor in the middle of the road. But luckily, you don't get that on this road, or any trucks or anything like that. You do get campsites, you do get, I don't know, really. But I always feel a bit at peace of this road. Actually, and I need to make another video today. There is a road that for some strange reason I like even more than this, even more than Taroko Gorge, especially for me. No, even with my customers. I had my customers on my last tour. There's a road further along here. See, we have these hills on our left. And then up over these, well, we also have a graveyard on our left right now. But up over these hills on the left, you go, that's the coast. Like, there's a beach. There's beautiful sandy beaches. There's a stone's throw to my left over these hills. And then at some point ahead, we're going to go up over these hills to the left. And that road, again, is just crazy empty. But it's a super curvy, mountainous, hilly road that's just empty. And it's just, you can't do it without smiling. And like every road in Taiwan, they're all perfectly paved. Like, look at this road that we're on right now. This is just a deserted... In Canada and America, when you get these deserted countryside roads, they're like gravel, you know, or dirt roads. Like, even in Winnipeg, like Winnipeg, Canada, I had a mechanic that was just like less than 5 minutes outside of the city, and I had to do a gravel road to get to him. So anytime I would take my motorcycle to the mechanic, I was tense and I was nervous because I'm not good on sand or gravel. I am the worst dirt bike rider in the world. Actually, that's if you don't ride yet, and the majority of you do, because all the new young riders watch somebody other than me. The majority of you started watching me when you were young and are still here. But I recommend, if you know anybody who's about to start riding and they're asking you about it, get into dirt bike riding first. Because anybody who rides dirt bikes, like only dirt bikes, when they start to ride street bikes, they have like additional skills. Like, they're like overly qualified to ride a street bike. But if you've been riding street bikes for, like myself, for years, and then you try to get on a dirt bike, it's just so different. Because the main thing is, I'm a skilled street rider. I'm in the top, I don't know what percentage, but like above top 10, top 5, top 2, I don't know. But you know, I'm quick on the road. I do racetrack riding. I've never done an actual race, but I've done lap times, and my lap times are high enough to qualify for races. So in theory, I could race on a racetrack. That guy's an idiot. He's doing this road quick, that guy, just then. But he was literally in our lane, which is idiotic for a scooter, because I could be a truck taking that same corner wide, and he's on a scooter not far, just a few inches a foot, but the truck could easily be taking that corner wide and be like 3 feet into his lane, and he's a half a foot into our lane. That overlaps. That equals death for a guy on a scooter. Yeah. I haven't told this story in a long time. I'll retell it. A friend of mine was riding a motorcycle, like a Gixxer, a Suzuki GXXR 750, something like that. And he was flying along a road like this, doing like 100 and something. And there was a van like this on the left, like a little light truck or van. And the driver of it like fell asleep at the wheel or something. And even though it was a straight road, he drifted into the oncoming lane and hit my friend. So my friend was doing like 70 miles an hour, 120 kilometers an hour, and he hit the front of a van. My friend, not a scratch on him. The driver of the van, dead. I laugh because it was the van driver's fault, 100%. Well, you could argue that my friend was riding too quick, but whatever. It's a perfectly straight road. As long as the oncoming cars aren't driving on your half of the road, everyone's going to be fine. I don't consider speeding relevant to the fault of an accident. Not normally. There are extreme cases. Like if you're doing 120 on an empty straight road where you have visibility, that's safe. Why do I say it's safe? Because I've done it a million times. If the road's straight enough and clear enough, I've done 270 kilometers an hour when the speed limit is a fraction of that. And it's safe. I've done it multiple times. So, yeah, it's only... Hold on. I gotta get gas at some point, and I'm pretty sure that's where I need to turn off to get gas, and then I gotta backtrack. Sorry, one sec. We need to get gas at some point. That road might be our last chance to get back to society, so... No, maybe up ahead. No, let me think. Oh, hi guys. Oh, it's a puppy. Hi. Hi, babies. Oh, it's a puppy. Hi. Yeah, they're friendly. They're nervous. Hi, guys. It's okay. Yeah. I wish I had food. Bye-bye. It's a mom. It's a mother, and she's breastfeeding, and she's tied up. But maybe someone's feeding her. If she's tied up, hopefully she's being fed. Not like the girls I keep in my basement. What are we talking about? Yeah, I did this. I made the same mistake the last time I did this road, I made the same mistake where I entered this road and I didn't really have enough gas, and there's no gas stations on this road. So, but I remember there was something interesting near the gas station, so it works out. We need to leave this road to get to a gas station, but then there's a cool spot to check out right near it, and then we'll backtrack and come back here again, continue. Yeah. So what else? I should give you guys a life update, because I give life updates every week on Patreon, but on YouTube you guys don't get them. Although I did just upload some. Life's going good. Yeah, everything in my life is better than it's been in a long time. Absolutely everything. JD is finally getting over the emotional damage from I shouldn't joke about it, from his mother. He's been apart from her for 2 years now, and he's finally just now starting to behave like a normal person. He was really damaged when I got custody of him, which pissed me off to no end, because when I started the fight for custody, what I saw was a small child who was beginning to become damaged mentally from the abuse he was getting from his mother. So I began the custody process. I won custody, but it took 3 years in the court system, and for that entire 3 years they left him with the mother that was abusing him. So by the time I won custody, instead of saving a small child from abuse, I don't know what she wanted. I don't know what she wanted. She had her hand out. I'll go ask her. Maybe she needs help. She had her hand out. I'll ask. "你需要帮忙吗？你有受伤了？"